Hey everybody, Jason here. Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are all having a great day. So today we're up, what, 3,000 ish or so. So nice little update. Most of this, or a good portion of this, has come from theta decay. Most of the positions we are out of the money on, and we're just letting theta kind of do its job. And so collecting a little bit or more of that premium that we sold it for, it's going to cost us less of that to close any of the positions. So we're just gaining more and more of that, which is fine. Kind of a boring week as far as trades I've made. I've probably made less trades this week, even though it's a short week, than I have in weeks or months, probably a long time, just kind of being put in this position of waiting for things to decay. With these call credit spreads that we have on, just need those to decay a bit more. You can kind of see what happened. Basically, it was decaying just fine because we collected that little bit extra premium, and then when Tesla popped up, we were negative on them, and now we're waiting just for this trend to continue down, and likely it'll be into next week, maybe a Wednesday or a Thursday, before I actually close these out and get to rolling. But at which point we get to collect a whole bunch more premium, because we have $20,000 worth of collateral to move out and collect premium on. The only moves that I've made today was I did roll out this 820 call that I had on my shares. So this was expiring tomorrow. We paid $3 to close the old ones and sold the new ones for $90 a piece, so $87 difference. I took the $87 from both of these and just rolled it into Tesla, purchasing the shares, because if there is one thing you can do with your profits, or two things, to make them safe, it's one, buying some underlying, put it actually into equity, or take it out. And I do both. I withdraw from the account, I put cash back into my pocket, and I do purchase shares. And we can go, I think it's down here. Yep, here it is. So these are recurring purchases, and you can see what I have here. And I do purchase some underlyings every single day. So we have JEPI, which is basically an income fund. So don't expect any major upside to it, but a pretty solid dividend of about $7 a year. I do stick some money into the Qs and SPY. Just overall, they do well. And these few items, these few things, I mean, this is kind of my piggy bank. For a long time it was AT&T, and I moved out of AT&T into JEPI just because of the changes that are happening to the dividend, and not really, and because we showed some downside, and I'm not a AT&T user, so the only reason that I was in that for the first place was for that solid dividend and pretty consistent pricing on the stock. So that's why we moved into JEPI with quite a bit of money. Tesla, still grabbing $30 a piece. I was grabbing more when it was down about $100 a day. I've lowered that to $30 a day. So we could, in theory, end up with about a share a month. On top of the covered calls that I sell, I also stick the money from those back into Tesla. I do still want to continue to grow my position on Tesla, and that just be a complete long-term holding. Palantir, I just paused that today. So because of my cost basis, that's going to be around $26 with the leaps that I have. Anytime it is above $26, I pause this purchase. Anytime it is below $26, I go ahead and keep that going. So these are kind of arbitrary amounts. I didn't have a particular reason that I ended up with $22 a piece, but 22, 22, 22, and 22. I really couldn't answer why I picked those numbers, but I think it's a small enough number to where I can make income in the account and it covers it, but not a not too large. Wait, did I say that wrong? It's, yeah, not too big that I can't cover it with the profits made, and not too little as to where it won't purchase a significant amount of equity over the long term. But I'll keep the rest of these guys on, most likely, just in the perpetuity. And then the last thing I wanted to take a look at was Tapestry. Once in a while I will go through all the stocks that I own. This one being one of my favorites, and it's kind of an odd one, because it's not a company that I like believe in their mission or anything like that. It's not a product that I use, but I was able to grab them at a very good price, so $13.65 per share. And they just reinstated their dividends, which is 25 cents. So basically $1, 25 cents per quarter, or $1 per year. So at our cost basis at this 13.65, that's going to be about a 7% dividend relative to our cost basis, not to what it is currently. So at this point now, in 13 and a half years, if the dividend yield does not go up at all, that's a free stock and a free $200 a year in perpetuity. So that's pretty awesome. And the reason that I absolutely love holding this is every single time I get to see somebody walking down the street or wherever with a Coach bag, I know a little bit of that money gets to go into my pocket. And while they're spending money on making them look like they have money a lot of times just to show off to people, I'm actually getting the money in my account, or my stock is going up. It's kind of an odd reason for holding it, but that is the reason that I'm probably just going to hold Tapestry. On top of the fact that their balance sheet is fantastic. Their moat is huge. Like, people are just going to always continue. There's going to be a mindset within a certain age group where they want to flex. They want to buy name brand stuff. They would rather, like, at the end of the day, it's just a bag to carry your crap in, but to have a certain pattern on there or just a certain logo, and they pay that premium, and then part of that premium goes into my pocket. Fantastic. The eyes that I look through when I see people with these things is completely shifted from when I was younger. And depending on how old you are, you'll get there. When you're younger, you buy a lot of crap to impress people you don't like. Just a thing. But stock up pretty decently. And I think it's probably pretty fair valued. I think they have, what Morningstar has it at about, $43.50. Analysts, most of them say to buy it or hold it. So pretty solid. And other than that, I think that's going to be about it for today. We can go through the positions that we do have expiring soon. Most of these guys are just going to expire worthless. This Coinbase, it's crazy. I've been trying to get this thing closed for $2, but there must be, I don't know why this will not close. It's at $2.60, $40 out of the money. Can't get it closed for $2. I'll let it expire worthless. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that, because it's not like I'm going to do anything with the extra $500 worth of collateral tomorrow, and I can always reinstate it. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that guy. There we go. We'll just let that expire worthless. Tilray calls, we'll let those expire worthless. And then with the Tilray, with the wheel I've been running, I actually want to sell some puts at about $13 and not worry about getting a sign, just bringing my cost basis down on those Tilrays. And the rest of these, I'll probably look at what they've done lately, just because this video is getting kind of long. I'm not going to do that right now, probably tomorrow. At least give me something to go over. But we'll take a look at these gaps, Cedar Fair, Coca-Cola, see if they're worth rolling out. The last time I had looked through all the premium available, it wasn't enough for me to want to roll them out for the amount of premium collected and put the shares at risk. They've all been somewhat long-term holdings for me. I think over a year now. I bought most everything most of those at least all-time lows within the last, couple years when we had that big slide to the downside. Yeah, so that's about it. You guys have any questions, let me know. I'm still looking for, I will look for opening up some long butterflies or long condors. There's not an opportunity that I see where that would be a good fit for what I see going on right now. And that's why it's handy to have multiple tools, multiple plays all in your tool belt. Just depending on what the market's doing, what we're expecting, then we can pull some of those plays out. But I just don't see the place for it at this time. I do have some very, very long butterflies going on Tesla, but those are, we can show those another time. They were cheap. They were 15 bucks a piece, and they're a year out. So all right guys, any questions, please let me know. Love you guys, and make a lot of money.